Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Spreading the News. This is episode 42 on April 24th. Little late recording for us. Yesterday was a very. Why didn't we record yesterday? I don't even know. Yesterday was a weird day.
You couldn't.
I couldn't.
You didn't you do like your mom's birthday thing, I guess, last night?
No.
We were talking
I
about
don't
it on
think I could.
Oh, I
PlayStation.
was working. I was working
Working,
yesterday.
working,
That's what it
working.
was.
Tonight's
Anyways,
your mom's birthday. Happy birthday to Chase's
yeah,
mom.
today's my mom's birthday. As you
Happy
guys can
birthday.
hear,
Happy birthday, dear Maria. I'm coming with you.
as you guys can hear, the boys are here. We're always here. Brian, I see you got that big JB jersey on. I got my Knicks gear. I got my Knicks gear on too. A little hybrid for me today. I got the Yankee hat and the Knicks gear, so got a
I was
double there.
And the
actually thinking
Jets
about.
keychain, Chase. Don't forget about the Jets
I
That's
was.
keychain.
true. And we just got some breaking news. Aaron Rodgers, just over half hour ago, got traded to my New York Jets. So
Not a Jets pod, sadly, so nobody gives a fuck.
huge day in my life. It's been a great day
Yeah.
on my mom's birthday. Love it.
I was actually gonna go with the Yankee fitted, and I was like, they don't fucking deserve my hat, so I'm not
Fair.
doing it.
Fair. I'm having a great day. Brian, how's your day going?
It's pretty good, man. Just like a nice Monday. I'm excited. I feel like the steam is a little blown off from yesterday because we did record after that game. I would have been a lot harsher on them. So like, you always need that like one day. Let's settle down, calm down. I'm still pretty pissed of what I saw, but
Hmm. Danny, how you doing today, buddy? You look a little down and out right now.
yeah.
What's going
No,
on?
I'm good. I'm
You
ready
got the
for this
hood up?
episode. No, just got back from the library, did a big assignment, so congratulate me on that.
Yeah.
My
Congrats,
Rangers
man.
play tonight, so the Yankees and my Rangers are gonna win. Can't wait. It's gonna be a good day. Chase's mom's birthday. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what?
Big.
Actually, I forgot to tell you guys this. The reason that I had to like postpone today is because the man Taj Boyd called me in to do some work for him. Shout out to Taj if he's listening. He just followed us, Clemson college football legend. If he's listening, if he actually listens, but he did follow us. That's a pretty big
That's a
name.
big
So
follow for
respect.
us.
Shout out Taj.
New friend of the pod, maybe.
Yeah.
That's big for us. The Yankees had a
Get him on
very
here.
very eventful week. I was very in and out in terms of watching games this week, due to like just working and school, and also, the Knicks getting up to a 3-1 lead on the Cavs right now. Watching those games in between. But like for example, like yesterday I wasn't able to watch yesterday's game because I was watching the Knicks. And so Danny, we're gonna let you go through those games that I missed. If we're even gonna go through those games. And first off, we are gonna start off with the Yankee of the week. Danny, why don't you take the reins here because I feel like you are like the most set on who you want to go with here.
I think I'm gonna get a little eye roll for this one. My Yankee parenthesis S of the week. I'm going with my boys out of the pen. The Yankees bullpen, man. We've talked a lot about how like this bullpen is shaky, and I know Chase would give me that face. Our bullpen is very injured right now, and you look into our bullpen, you see guys like Ian Hamilton, Jimmy Cordero, whatever, and it's just like Albert Abreu being a big part of our bullpen. It's like this sucks. But if you really look at it, like our bullpen on the year has a 2-something ERA. Like our bullpen has been really great this year, and especially this week. The Angels series, the bullpen was pitching a lot. They gave up 1 earned run in all 3 of those games, and they were pitching a lot because we had the Schmidt start, we had the Brito start when they came out early. So they got the job done. We won 2 out of 3 from them, and the bullpen is a big reason why. Brito only went 4 1/3. Clark went 3 2/3. They ended up losing the Clark game anyway, but still the bullpen. It wasn't because of the bullpen. It's because the offense can't goddamn score. But then heading into the weekend against Toronto again, like a potent Blue Jays lineup. This bullpen came in. I know the middle game, Volpe hit that home run, and we were all excited. And then Wandy just blew it in the ninth, which sucks. But you're gonna get obviously they're gonna let up some runs. But then Jimmy Cordero, he comes out of the bullpen. We're like, oh my God, here we go. Like we're about to lose this game now. He gets a huge double play that sets up the bottom of the ninth walk off from DJ LeMahieu. And I think Chase, as I've seen you especially, give a lot of heat to the bullpen when they let up like a run here or there. But if you really zoom out and take a look at what this bullpen has done for who we have, they've been awesome. And we still have guys on the way. Like Canely should be back in a month or so. Trevino is coming back, and I assume we'll make another trade at the deadline for a bullpen arm. So you really can't ask for much more than what this bullpen has done. Out my boy Albert Abreu finally gave up his first runs the other day, which whatever. But yeah, this bullpen I think deserves credit. Chase, you like to shit on him, but it deserves credit.
Look, man, I've been saying to you, the bullpen on paper is not pretty. It's not. Like there's no way around that. And like of course, like they are performing, like you said, like the numbers don't lie. But like all Yankees do, like all players do, like all teams do, regression towards the mean. I'm a big believer in regression towards the mean. It's gonna happen at some point. Like these guys are going to regress. Like there's a reason why a lot of these guys are not on major league rosters throughout their career, why they're journeymen throughout the league. Like of course, like you got the Ron Marinaccio, who like we love, big. We're all big Ron fans.
Make him the closer.
We love Wandy. We love Johnny Lowe, but Johnny Lowe is on the IL right now. Clay Holmes like continues to like I don't want to say struggle because like he's just like so like iffy like when he's like I'm putting this in quotation marks if you're listening and not watching, like when he's on, like he's actually off and like he just like happens to get out of it. But like I think like eventually like you're gonna see the bullpen start to break down. But like you're right, Danny. Like so far they've been doing their job, and like you can only hope for that, and like hopefully that continues.
Can I contradict that for like? I'm going to contradict that statement with the regression towards the mean because I'm a big believer in that as well, and I agree. But by the time, if they could keep doing this for a couple more weeks, by the time it's time for their regression to happen, we got our boys coming back that we know are good, like Trevino, Canely, Loizica, hopefully. Like by that time, where there's Ian Hamiltons, the Jimmy Corderos are going to regress, and I'm a big believer in Albert Abreu. His stats last year and this year, they're good. So there's no reason not to trust Albert Abreu right now. But by the time regression comes for some of those guys that you haven't really heard of, that's when Canely's back. That's when Trevino's back. That's when Loizica's back. So I don't think it's going to hurt us as much because we'll get our guys back that we know are good. The one thing about this bullpen, though, is I want to set closer. I hate the closer by committee. I miss our dominant. I think I said this last week. I miss the dominant Aroldis Chapman days. I miss the dominant Mariano Rivera days. And just when Clay Holmes comes into the ninth, like, yeah, even if he gets out of it, he's getting out of it walking two guys, and he's got the runners in scoring position. And even Wandy, like I thought Wandy maybe could be fit for that role, but he comes in, he blows the game after a huge home run from Volpe. He comes in and blows that game. So I want a closer, but can't fault them for what they've done now. We've closed out games, and I hope they can continue doing what they're doing. And I think they can for at least until our big boys are, well, our semi big boys are back, because I wouldn't call them big boys, but like Canely, Trevino, Loizica, get back soon. But our guys are holding it down right now. All right, we need to score. The bullpen is not our problem.
They are.
I think they do deserve a little credit. I didn't know where you were going with that when you started, but I liked where it ended. I will mention, like when you guys saying regression to the mean, I actually like really believe in Ian Hamilton. I think they found something with him. I think they like him for a reason. So that's one guy I will say, like, I don't think he's going anywhere. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's going anywhere, and I don't really want him to go anywhere. I think he's pretty damn good. Like, he's done a great job, and I don't really see him going anywhere. Like, those random call-up guys, like, that know, like that usually work out well in the Matt Blake lab, and I like him. Like, I genuinely think I have a Savant up right now. It's pretty. Like,
He's got
guy's
good
good.
stuff.
He's legit. Like, I think so, at least.
He has that Slurbio, where it's just like all those pitches. Slambio, whatever.
Slambino.
It is gross.
And it's gross. No, yeah, he's great. And I'm not like, whatever. I hope Ian Hamilton can be good. I don't believe in Jimmy Cordero as much, but like,
I tried to add the Slambio to my repertoire in the Wiffle Ball Championship. Gave a grand slam when we lost. So
oh my
thanks,
god, that's horrible. I imagine the team morale was pretty low after that, huh?
No, we were already getting crushed. The only reason I was in was because we were getting crushed.
Oh, okay.
You're not a pitcher for them?
I was gonna say, did you pull an Aroldis and smile on the mound?
No, I never pitch. If I'm pitching, it's not good.
Well, speaking of more pitching, I guess I'll get into my Yankee of the week. It's a little boring, a little more of a boring pick. But like, I just feel like it's so necessary to talk about, and like you can't talk about this guy enough. The way that he's been pitching this year. I think Danny had him as his Yankee of the week last week. Garrett Cole, I mean, coming out of, this outing that he just had against the Blue Jays again, just absolutely dominating. He went 5 and 2/3 innings with 4 hits, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. And like, I want to highlight him as the Yankee of the week because you might be thinking like, oh, only 4 strikeouts. Like, that's not really a great outing for Cole. But like, yeah, like he gave up no runs and like only went 5 and 2/3. Whereas like the entire year he's been pretty like fairly deep into games that he's been going into this year. But like this was another thing that I wanted to highlight and elaborate on Danny's point from last week that Garrett Cole, like when he doesn't have his A stuff, Danny said this perfectly last week. When he doesn't have his A stuff, he still finds a way to get these outs and get a good outing out of it. And he makes his B stuff A stuff. So like, you can't. I mean, I round of applause for Garrett Cole because you can't write a better script for this guy the way he's been pitching so far. Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
What I really loved from Cole this week in his last Toronto start, which was the only game he won in that series, and thank God for him. And that's what I texted you guys the other day. Like, where will we be without him? Because the Yankees, I don't think played very well in any of the Toronto games. But we were on his back in that game, and he was able to get it done. And more importantly, he didn't let that almost disastrous first inning become a disaster. Like that was not a good start to that game. Like he had guys on early in the first inning, and then he got out of it, and like the crowd was pumped, and like then he settled in. And we've seen him in the past get rattled by that, especially against teams like Toronto, and then the one big hit comes, but it didn't. And just awesome. Like he's so good to rely on this year. And I don't want to say the exact words in order to jinx it, knocking on wood, but let me just say that every hit he's allowed has been inside the ballpark, which is huge because we have said that that's his problem. He's got to limit those bad innings, which we've already seen him, get out of those jams and limit the home runs, and he has limited them to 0. So can't be much better than that.
And we're gonna need him. Where obviously we need him now. We're gonna need him. Rodon suffering setbacks left and right. We're not gonna see Rodon until June, probably. I actually was just reading this article today that said their timetable is like mid-June. And that sucks, but we need Cole to be our ace, and he is our ace, and he's going to be good. He's going to be that guy, and he's going to continue. He's the best pitcher in baseball right now. So,
gotta love it, man. What's his ERA down to? 0.79?
0.79.
0.79. Yeah, dude, he's 0.79 WHIP, man.
And a little old friend tonight, Sonny Gray, just because he's got a 0.82 ERA. We're facing him tonight.
Dude, he's sick.
So.
He's so good.
Always good to run into some old friends, huh? Is Joey Gallo back? Is he playing?
Yeah.
And he's tearing it up, right? He's like hitting 300.
Dude, you know what?
He's hitting 235, but he's got 5 homers, 11 RBIs.
That's a big jump.
He was hurt though. He was hurt. He's got a 1.0 OPS. He was hurt.
Yeah. I saw, and we swore we were gonna be better with this, so I take responsibility that I forgot who tweeted it. We got to start really like keeping tabs. But somebody tweeted a video of Chapman actually that was like of Chapman just being sick, and was like the immediate jump to good that bad Yankees make once leaving the team like has to be studied, and it's so true. Like I guess it's back to that thing like the pinstripes are heavy thing, and it's really like it's not an easy thing to be a Yankee. So the guys that do it well, like you really got to respect them because you see Gallo and Sonny Gray and Chapman,
Lance
like I just
Lynn.
mentioned. These guys lead the Yankees and are sick. So I don't really know what the deal is. I just think it's hard to be a Yankee. I just do. So.
Yeah, if you're a freaking mental midget like Glaber.
Anyways,
had to get my Glaber shot in.
Odd. Anyways, Brian, your Yankee of the week is going to be.
I totally thought one of you guys were going to take one of my guys and none of you did. So that kind of puts me in a tougher spot. But I'm going to go because he's my guy and I talk about him so much.
Can we get an honorable mention before you go through with it?
All right. The honorable mention is Rizzo. I mean, the guy's been so good. Like he's been okay. Maybe I'll just give it a joint Yankee of the week because what I wanted to say is that I think the two guys of late, the only two guys that you can rely on in the offense is Anthony Rizzo and DJ. So I was going to pick DJ. So let's just talk about both of them. DJ in his last 7 games, 318, 400 on base percentage. He's slugging 545. It's an OPS 945. He has a homer, 4 RBIs. Like, he looks awesome. And we don't talk like his defense is sick, but it just sucks. Like, these guys are playing well. We're still not pushing the runs in. And it's hard. And I was having a conversation with my friends yesterday, like, that baseball in general is not more like back in the day, it was more hits, like big innings started by hits and walks and stuff and driving guys in. And that's just not how baseball is, and especially not how the Yankees are. So it is disheartening to see Rizzo and DJ, two guys like that, playing so well. And we still can't really push across a lot of runs. But I want to give my props to those two guys because they've been the only guys when they come up that I feel good about recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. DJ's been playing well, like you said, and Rizzo, like you said, like these are the only two guys that, you can rely on in this offense. And it's been very, very ugly, very ugly couple weeks. And I wanted to make it a point to bring this up today. Like I think that I don't even know if I want to jump into this yet. Danny, I'll let you, did you want to like elaborate on anything? Because I don't want to jump on that yet, unless if you
No, they've been awesome. And Rizzo, real quick, even going back to last week's Twins series when we that 11-2 game, the whole offense just laid down and died while Rizzo had the 2 solo home runs, and it was our only runs in that game. The game yesterday where we had 1 run, it was a Rizzo solo home run. Of course, the walk-off game was bad. We weren't hitting all day, whatever. Volpe already said, Wandy blew it. Rizzo starts standing off with a double. DJ comes off the bench with the bases loaded, hits him in. So literally, they're the only 2 guys that are really doing anything in the lineup, anything consistent. Rizzo hitting over 300 this season is awesome. No shift Rizzo, gotta love it. 316, 977 OPS in the year. I love Rizzo. He's going the other way. He's going over the fence. He's pulling it. He's doing everything right now. And DJ is back as well. Love DJ in the 5 spot. I hope Volpe could keep the leadoff spot locked down. Hopefully he could play a little bit better because he hasn't looked great. But
yeah, I do think I'm definitely more on the train now. Volpe leadoff, DJ the fifth guy, because like I was saying before, it's hard to drive in these runs, and I think DJ is the best. Like, who would you guys want up over DJ with guys on? Nobody. Right
now, I want DJ in the RBI spot. I've been saying that since before the season. I wanted Volpe to lead off opening day.
DJ has to be the guy with guys on. Volpe can do his thing just by getting on and taking bases, stealing, getting in the pitcher's head, and that can help out. But, if DJ, singles to lead off an inning or the game, and, our other guys are slumping and can't get him in, like, what good does that do? So I definitely like the 1-5 of Volpe and DJ. And back to that walk-off, like you said, guy comes off the bench cold. Was that against Jordan Romano? I'm almost positive it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so, like, against one of the best closers in baseball, comes off cold. Like,
Danny.
What?
Danny just spilled water all over himself.
They had but sorry. For the walk-off, it's funny. They brought in the 5 infielders. They had 5 infielders, and DJ's like, I don't give a fuck. I'll still hit it through the infield. And
I think, like, we talk about the mental midget stuff. I think DJ's such the opposite of that. Like, he sits on the bench the whole game and is probably pissed he's not playing, first of all, knowing him. And
honestly, he probably had no idea the situation. He just went up and hit because he doesn't. Yeah. When he's on the bench, he just doesn't he doesn't really care what's going on.
Boone's probably like, all right, DJ, like, you're gonna hit next, and he's probably doesn't even say a word, just walks up there with his batting gloves that like are 10 years old with holes in them.
That were ripped to shreds.
And he just goes out there, gets a hit, no big deal, doesn't even want to celebrate.
Brian, also when he was playing first in that game, when he had that just nonchalant pick, that was like crazy pick, and he just like
Peraza it was spiked it. Peraza spiked it, and it was like the worst in between hop ever. And he just like casually picked it, not even his natural position, doesn't even like crack a smile, just like business as usual. He is really the best. You can't ask him to do much more than he's been doing. And I think it was O'Neill or Coney, one of them after the walk-off was like, I don't think Cone was on, so I think it was O'Neill, was like, you see the lineup, then you're not in it. You're probably not thinking you're going to be a part of the game, and you end up walking it off. And to DJ, like, none of that shit matters to him. And also, I don't know if you guys heard Boone say when he was on Talking Yanks last week, they were talking about like how guys treat the off days, and even Judge, they were like, yeah, when Judge is off, like he's in his hoodie and whatever. And Boone was like, Yeah, he's like, DJ doesn't like when I give him off days. He's like, DJ's still the first guy out there. He's got batting gloves. He's got his cleats on. Nobody else does that on his off days besides him. So, I mean, that's
Mhm.
just the kind of guy he is, and he's so huge for us.
I did notice
So
that
huge for us.
when Volpe came in from his home run in the eighth inning. I noticed like when he went and stood next to DJ and DJ gave him like a pat on the head and he had his batting gloves on. I'm like, all right, DJ, you're
Always
always be
ready.
ready. Always be
Always
ready.
ready.
Yeah. Can't say that about the rest of the lineup though. That's for sure. I mean,
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. DJ LeMay. Yeah.
the lineup as a whole has been really, really, really miserable. The Yankees I just feel like Danny's ready to burst on me and just like scream at me, but I'm not gonna lie. Like I wanted to come into this episode and I wanted to really like state my opinions because I'm worried about this team. Like I'm very, very worried about this Yankee team. Like we spoke so many times. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold back my laughter because Danny's looks like he's ready to freaking pop a pimple over there. But um I am worried about this team and like yes, like they're gonna run into a streak where they're gonna look like the best offensive baseball because the Yankees do this every single year, right? They're gonna run into a streak where Aaron Judge looks like an MVP candidate. They're gonna run into a stretch where DJ looks like an MVP candidate. They're gonna run into these stretches and people are gonna be like, oh, we're the best team in baseball again. This has been the same broken record since 2018. And it's like I'm kind of done hopping on that bandwagon. Like I know it's still so early and like this is an overreaction, could be an overreaction, but like this is like I feel a prelude to what the Yankees are going to be this year. Like they needed to go out and they needed to upgrade their bats, and they didn't do it at all. In fact, you can even argue that their lineup got worse because they have the injuries that they have. Stanton, we don't know when he's coming back. Bader's been out for a while, but like Bader's not really that much of an offensive upgrade to what we have.
Yes, he is.
He's not, but
Yes, he is.
and then after Bader, it's like yeah, Rizzo's performing, like Judge is gonna perform, we know that. And then like outside of that, like everybody else is a question mark. Like we're relying on Glaber. Glaber's already regressing. Cabrera has been like started off strong. Like now he's like, struggling. And same thing with like Peraza and Volpe. Like these guys, like they're looking better. Like Volpe's getting better every single game, and I think you can see that, but like he's struggling, and like so is Cabrera. So, like let's just call a spade, but like this team, like they're gonna need to go out and they're gonna need to acquire like two bats, in my opinion, to give themselves a chance. And until they do that, I feel like I can't give them a chance.
Two bats. I
Maybe
mean,
three.
okay.
Maybe
So
three.
when I'm looking at this lineup,
Get none.
Bader is going to be a big upgrade. I mean, we know Bader, he's got some pop and he's going to hit around 250. That's an upgrade over what we got in center field with IKF hitting 176 right now, with Aaron Hicks, with Willie Calhoun, Franchi Cordero. Like Bader is going to be a big guy to get back in the lineup. He should be back within the next couple of weeks, and he is going to be a big bat. So then when Bader is back, you look at it, Stanton being out sucks. That really, really hurts us. But when you're looking at it, coming in to this season, a lot of Yankee fans said it. It was, how electric would it be having the three rookies in our lineup, Volpe, Peraza, Cabrera? And guess what? We're seeing that. And we've seen flashes of it being electric when Cabrera and Peraza hit back-to-back singles, whatever. They're running on the bases. Like it is electric. However, we are now running into the concerns that everybody had if we had this situation where you can't rely on three rookies to play well, especially all at the same time. I mean, I don't think I love that all these guys are getting their shot, but I don't think that all season we could rely on three rookies because the odds that all three of them play well, very slim. The odds that 2 out of 3 of them play well is very slim. It's hard to be a Major League Baseball player, and especially as a rookie, it's hard to get acclimated. Obviously, we want Volpe to stick around. So coming in, if we saw this lineup, I'd be like, all right, Stanton's hurt, but with Bader, like when Bader's back, and we saw this lineup coming in with Stanton injured, we'd be like, all right, that's fun. Volpe, Peraza, Cabrera, like that's fun. That's a fun lineup. Bader, we're just missing Stanton. And now we are seeing the struggles of these rookies, which were bound to happen. And now we're like, oh, we need 7 bats. We need to go trade for this guy. And I still think we're going to acquire a bat at the deadline. So that was my thing going in. Like we'll ride with what we got, and we'll be fine. We'll stick around. We'll be above 500, like well above 500. We'll be competing for the AL East. And then at the deadline, we'll trade for a bat. And then that's when we make our playoff run. Like that's how I've been saying. So I think it is a little bit of an overreaction. Yeah, the offense hasn't looked good, but look who we're running out there. Like Boone can't really do much with it. Everybody's struggling. It's April 24th, man. Like it's so early in the season. Yeah. Bader will be a big piece of this lineup to get back. Slide him into that 6 hole. Like he's a good piece. He does have power. He'll hit 250. Stanton being out sucks. That's really what it sucks. But looking at the lineup with Bader back, we don't hate it. Coming in, we would have been fired up to have Peraza, Cabrera, and Volpe all in the lineup. But now we're saying
for sure.
But now we're seeing that all rookies can't perform right away, and the fact that none of them are performing that well kind of sucks. But like, there's going to be growing pains.
I totally agree with what you said about the rookies. Like, we wanted this coming in, we got it, and like, it's showing now. Like you said, like it's showing that they're not all like they're going to go through their struggles because they're rookies. That's just the way that it is, and like they're not going to all be clicking at the same time. But when the rest of the team isn't clicking at the same time, it's like they're not picking each other up, and that's the problem. And like
Gleyber Torres can't bat 4 either.
You're saying that Bader's going to come back and be a big upgrade, which like he could be, like he's capable, but like who's to say that he will even come back? Like, sure, he'll come back within the next couple of weeks, but like this guy's always hurt. Like he's another guy that's always hurt. So like, how can we rely on that? On another injury prone guy. So it's like, it's not like I'm not coming down on Boone. Wow, you're spilling water all over yourself.
That I drank that one.
Oh, really?
That's my light. That's my light.
It's your light? Oh. I'm not coming down on Boone per se, because like you said, there's nothing that he can do with this lineup. Like when you're throwing out Franchy Cordero, who's been awful, by the way, since his, hot start. Franchy Cordero and Will Calhoun, we'll call him. And all these other guys, it's like there's not much Boone can do. But like that's a reflection of Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner. And that's the problem at hand. I'm not confident in this team as currently constructed with the injury situation as the season progresses. And like I said, like they will get hot, like, and they will look like the New York Yankees again, and they will give hope. But that's just the way that I view it. I don't have that sense of confidence, and I feel like they're going to need a big sense of urgency. And like Denny, you said, it's April 24th. Totally agree. Things can change in 2 weeks, and I'll be like, okay, I was wrong, and I'll admit it. But that's just how I feel up to this point.
Okay, fully healthy, I still like our lineup. I do like our lineup fully healthy, and then I think we will add a bat at the trade deadline. But right now, we need to get Stanton back, need to get Bader back. But with Bader and Stanton in this lineup, I like the lineup a lot. And then our one hole, maybe left field or third base. And I think we could acquire a bat at the deadline, I like our lineup at a healthy. Like, again, I can't stress it enough. Stanton going down sucks.
I'm curious, what do you think, Brian?
I have a few points. I think I'm the biggest proponent of like not liking small sample sizes, but the thing about this, I don't really think it's a small sample size because it's been the same story for years at this point. Like they can't hit with guys on. A lot of guys go quiet in the playoffs. They're home run reliant, and a lot of teams in the big leagues are, but like it's hurt them a lot. It's like, and I don't really see any huge upgrades from the last few years to change anything. I do think Bader is going to come back and be really, really big for us, but is he going to propel them to like a World Series team? I really don't think so. And Chase, that's a great point. He's always hurt too. Who's to say?
Bader's a big piece to this World Series lineup, yeah, but the lineup will look different.
Like, and again, April 24th, whatever. Right now, just looking at it, they are 17th in the league in WRC plus. It's pretty bad for a lineup with that payroll and what we have. Like, not really good. They have
20th in runs too.
Yeah. They have a 99 WRC plus as a team. For reference, the Rays are on first with 153. It's pretty bad.
Aside from Clark like the lineup has been, aside from Clark, the pitching's been really good. Like, not really much to complain about. Like, Dan, we were just highlighting the bullpen, and Garrett Cole's been flawless. Nestor Cortez has been Nestor Cortez. I mean, Johnny Brito has had his share of blow up starts. I mean, he's starting tonight, so like we'll see what happens there. But like he started strong, and
he had a good start last week against the Angels.
The pitching's been fine. It's the offense that's the problem, and it feels like for the first time in a while we can say that it's the offense that's the problem.
Also, can I just real quick? Like, we never do this.
Go ahead.
It's off to what Boone is doing. I think Boone is doing an excellent job maneuvering the bullpen, maneuvering this lineup the best he can, at least. I know it's not doing great, but it's not his fault. I think like we don't have a lot of Boone good things to say about Boone. We don't have a lot of it on this podcast a lot, but I love how Boone has been managing this bullpen. Bryan tried to put unnecessary blame on him Saturday, but I think he did that perfectly. Cole was clearly laboring to pull him in the 6th inning to put in Marinaccio. Like, that's a big balls move. Like, Cole doesn't want to come out, but Boone clearly saw something, and guess what? We got out of it. We got out of the big jam that Cole was left. And I do want to give a hats off to Boone with how he's constructing this team, because our record is better than what our lineup has shown. And I think it is attributed to the bullpen and how it's being managed. So little shout out to Boone, but no, Brian, Bader isn't going to be a piece to propel you to a World Series. I do in quotes, whatever. But he will be a big piece of a playoff team. Like he's a big piece. So we need him. We're going to get it. We're going to have a trade. We're going to have Stanton back. So I think it's a little bit, we don't have to overreact on April 24th. I'd rather us hit more than we are. But we're fine.
I don't think it's
fine.
I think like if you look back in a couple months and like the Yankees are dominating, then yeah, it'll be an overreaction. But like I don't think we're overreacting right now. I think this is like all
really
logical,
fine.
And I think
just look at the lineup though. Like look at who's there.
Danny, the only thing I'm going to say to you with that is like you're speaking as if all the stuff is guarantees. Who's to say Stanton doesn't get hurt again? Who's to say Bader's the same when he comes back? Who's to say you're like guaranteeing we make a trade? Like who's to say one that we do make a trade, and second, who's to say that trade is good? Like look what happened with Benintendi. Like Gallo.
Benintendi got hurt. but
okay.
I loved what Joe Randazzo said on Twitter today. He had a whole thread. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at it. It was really, really long. But he, as you scroll more towards the bottom, Brian, he had the same point as you, as like WRC plus, how the Yankees are 17th with 99 WRC plus. But he was saying like the Yankees in the past have been successful at finding these guys like Gio Urshela and Luke Voit, Mike Tauchman, Cameron Maben. And it's like this year, it feels like they kind of try to take those chances on guys like Franchi Cordero and Willie Calhoun. And like it hasn't paid off yet. Could still pay off, still super early. But it's like they're gonna have to go out and they're gonna have to get what I think will have to be a couple of bats.
All right. Let me just clear up like what I was like. Yeah, right now it's really bad. Like I don't think that's an overreaction. Like, yeah, the lineup is really bad right now. But saying that, Chase, you're saying that you're scared of them, like, as a playoff team, or like whatever you said. You said you were nervous, or like you were very.
I'm just nervous. You're
nervous about like the long term, like
the long term. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I think that right now is a little bit like if Stan has setbacks in a month and he's not back till August, whatever, then yeah. So I have a little concern. But right now on April 24th, I don't think we should have concern about the World Series aspirations yet. Like, I mean, we know how unhealthy this is, Brian. If that happens where they don't come back, then we'll address that and we'll change. But right now, yes, it sucks. That's not an overreaction that they do suck right now. But I think it's an overreaction to say like, oh, I don't think we could compete for a World Series, or I'm nervous about us competing in the playoffs or whatever. Like, I think that on April 24th is a little out of the range of what we should be worrying about right now at this very moment.
I mean, that's fine. Like I think that's totally valid. I think like I have valid points. I think you have valid points. I think Brian's got his valid points too. It's just going to be like, I think this season is going to be a real grind for them. I don't think it's going to be as smooth sailing, especially with the deficit they're already in. Like the Rays are 16-3. Like what are they right now?
Play our game. Don't worry about them. We play our game. We focus on winning our.
They're 19-3, by the way. They're 19.
we could play our game all we want, but like if they're not losing, like it's gonna be a very big uphill climb.
And I hate to keep saying, but like Danny, like give me a real upgrade than last year offensively that we have right now.
Right now on this team, right now, like in this lineup, right this very second. It's Rizzo and DJ, like that. They're upgrades from what they were last year, but no, like I said, the lineup right now isn't good with our rookies.
Okay, so even when fully healthy,
well, Bader, what Bader?
Crickets.
What? Yeah, but like a full healthy
Crickets.
season of Bader, he wasn't healthy at the end of last year. Like, are you talking playoffs?
If he's healthy,
lineup?
you have to put that in asterisk though. You
Yeah.
have
That's
to.
the same thing. Like you can't just assume all these guys are going to be healthy. We've never seen
But
it.
you just said if healthy. You just said if healthy.
No, I know.
That was your
but-
stipulation.
Okay, fine.
I mean, we'll
Fine.
shift
Fully
Rizzo,
healthy,
and
like-
also they will address left field. They will address, or they will get a bat at the deadline, and no shift Rizzo, healthy DJ. That's upgrades from what we had in the playoff run last year. And that's enough to keep us in the race, or like very high in the race, like the American League race until the trade deadline when we will make moves. The Yankees will make moves. Like you're saying, oh, you can't guarantee that. I could pretty much guarantee they will make moves. So, yeah, fully healthy right now. Rizzo and DJ are the upgrades for now to keep us in the American League race, and then the deadline is for us to push forward because it just didn't happen in the offseason. Didn't happen. Benintendi wanted the extra years. It's tough to trade. The Pirates wanted fucking Volpe and Peraza. Like it just didn't happen. Varsho would have taken Volpe. Like Gabriel Moreno was a huge prospect that the Blue Jays traded. Just didn't happen in the offseason. But that's why they were going in with this lineup, hoping they stayed healthy, and they didn't. Sucks. So right now the lineup looks bad, but I could pretty much guarantee they're going to make a move at the deadline. Pretty much guarantee it.
I just worry
and we have to be confident in that the player is good.
I just worry that they're not going to be able to look themselves in the mirror and be like, okay, we need to make some like significant upgrades because like there could be a chance that this lineup will need a significant upgrade. Like that's the problem, like in my opinion. So like,
and I hope they're not scared to trade prospects. That's what.
Yeah, agreed. And like outside, like especially
We
like
don't have any
Peraza,
valuable prospects left.
especially like Peraza too. Like if they're not going to play Peraza, like Peraza's been like he's been playing a little bit now, but like he keeps getting days off. Like tonight he's off. So like if you're not going to play Peraza every single day, like I'm sorry, like get him out of here. Like if you can upgrade them, like get him out of here. That's how I look at it.
When you call up like your top five prospects and they're just sitting on the bench, like
exactly. There's no point.
It's a waste.
And Danny, like who knows? Maybe that deadline acquisition could be Andres Chaparro. Who knows?
He should be our third baseman.
He's raking, man. He's raking.
No,
hitting a lot of home runs down in AAA.
This is a little different direction, but it's kind of the same thing. And believe me, don't take this the wrong way. I don't want him to play. But if Hicks isn't going to play, why is he on this team taking up a roster spot?
He is playing tonight.
I know it's the first time in a while he's played, and obviously he's done absolutely nothing when he's played. You know why he's playing tonight? Because we're on the road, so he's not going to hear boos every time he strikes out.
But he does sick in Minnesota.
That one Minnesota game.
Yeah, he had one good game there.
Air Hicks.
I don't know. There's a lot of questionable things going on. I want to be wrong, but my outlook on this team is already bleak.
Well, and also like this bench is rough. Like it sucks having this bad of a bench. Like our bench being Hicks, Calhoun, Higgy, Franchi. Like
it's tough.
It's tough. Like it's bad. Like we like who else will we have in here instead of Hicks? Like it's not like we could just trade Hicks. Nobody freaking wants Hicks. Nobody wants Hicks.
And like we said, like this is not. Like for once, this is not Aaron Boone's fault. Like for once, it's not Aaron Boone's fault somehow.
I think Boone deserves credit for what this team is doing. Like their record is a lot better than their lineup should be.
He's doing everything that they can. Brian, I don't know if it was you that said this or if it was my brother, but like the Yankees are, I think 12-9 right now. It's like they don't feel like a 12-9 team to me. Like they don't
13-9.
13-9. They don't feel like a 13-9 team to me. I feel like they've scratched across some wins. Very lucky. Like they should not have won that game against the Blue Jays. That Cole pitch, like when Volpe hit the go-ahead homer, and then they blew it, and then DJ came in and walked it off, obviously. But like,
why shouldn't they have won?
They didn't deserve to win that game. They weren't hitting. Like,
well, neither did the Blue Jays. Someone's got to win.
So obviously, someone's got to win. But like, it just feels like the games that they are winning, like they don't deserve to win. They're not blowing teams out like they have been in previous years. Is what I'll say. So. Maybe I'm just a little greedy. I don't know. But yeah,
games.
I'm not panicking by any means, but I am definitely a little cautious for sure. And I do think that they need to make some moves eventually.
Yeah. This lineup right now it's rough. I mean, there's not much Boone could do. I mean, you got that top five. Torres hit his 100th home run, which is like, peace. I don't want to hit anymore. I suck. And he's our 4-hitter. In his last 15, he's hitting a nice 184 or whatever. He's bad again. Love to see that. Joking, I don't love to see that. But You can't have your four-hitter hitting that bad. Judge is in a little slump, but again, we're not worried about Judge. We need Volpe to we're giving Volpe leeway. He's a rookie, but he's got to find it eventually. Like he's got to start playing well eventually. It's getting to that point where, like I said, give him like a month, maybe 2 months, and then he's got to like start playing. We're getting to that point where like, all right, bro, start. He had that good stretch last week, so we're seeing flashes of it, but when is he going to put it together, be consistent? But the 3 rookies in the lineup every day, or mostly every day, Peraza's not in. Not a recipe for success.
I still think Volpe still deserves leeway. Like it takes.
Yeah, no, he
a lot of
does. He does still, but we're getting to the point where leeway might run out.
I mean, just an example. It takes a lot of guys a lot of time. Like, do you guys know that who one of the best players in baseball right now is Jared Kelenic, and he got shit for years about how he like wasn't ready, he was a bust, all this. Guy is sick now. It takes guys a while. It took him almost 3 years.
But he also wasn't hitting leadoff for his team trying to win a World Series. Like
I agree.
He was getting shit. Like he was getting like sent downs, called back up. Like he wasn't like a big piece of a World Series aspirating team like Volpe is. So and the expectations are higher here in New York, and I'm giving him leeway. I'll give him leeway until June probably, and then he's got to start playing. Like if he's showing flashes until June, like all right, I see what we got. We got the flashes, but come like June and come when the summer rolls around, you got to start putting up consistent at bats if you want to be part of our playoff run. You know,
right? And I agree. I think Volpe does deserve the leeway. I think Peraza deserves the leeway, and I think even Cabrera deserves a little bit too.
Peraza, I've been happy with Peraza's at bats at least. I know the numbers don't show it yet. I mean, I think he's been putting up a couple good at bats. He singled right before Volpe's homer. Like he's been looking fine at the plate.
I will say one thing that I want to finish off with one more thing, and then we can go into a little preview for the Twins series. 7-game road trip, by the way, guys. I don't know if you knew that. 7-game road trip coming up. But and then we can go into the Twins series. But one more thing that I wanted to mention was before we wrap this conversation up. I do also fear a little bit that the Yankees are going to treat these injuries like their deadline acquisitions like they've done in the past. That's what scares me.
He always says that, Cashman.
Always. He always says that. And I feel like because we might not see Stanton until June, and they'll probably give Stanton some extra time, like beyond he's like fully healed, because they've done that in the past, just because they always do that with him. So like say he comes back July the latest, right? And like that's right around when the trade deadline starts creeping up on you. What if they're like, oh yeah, we're getting Stanton back, like that's gonna be our trade deadline acquisition? That's what I'm afraid for.
I can see it now. I could see now like reporters gonna be like, Cash, you're looking to make any moves at the deadline, and be like, I think Giancarlo Stanton and Carlos Rodon are pretty good deadline acquisitions. Like just like that. That's how it's gonna go.
So
yeah, I mean, and yeah, before we go to the preview, I feel like we just kind of glossed over our big rivalry series that we just had because the lineup was just, to talk about it. We did get a little jawing like we expected. Rizzo and Vlad were jawing at each other because Vlad, what are you doing? He was just staring at Weiser and not walking down to first base. Like he obviously wasn't hitting you on purpose. Like, come on, bro.
Nobody disrespects Greg Weiser, man. Yeah. I wish I was there. I would have jumped in the stands and punched Vlad in the face. But
we were down 6-1. Good on Rizzo, man. Like sticking up for your pitcher. We're down 6-1 in the ninth. Like it's a tough game. The offense is struggling. Rizzo still right there, jawing at Vlad, like trying to protect his pitcher. Like walk to fucking first base, dude. What the hell are you looking at? And then the next.
That's another good point about Rizzo. Just how I mentioned him as like my Yankee of the week, but also just like that presence. You totally need a guy like that. He's ready to fight. He's go to war for his guys.
He's our second captain. And people do say that around. That's not just saying it. People do say that around the clubhouse that he is almost like a second captain. He's a good veteran presence. And then, the ace versus ace game, like, yeah, it was fun. Ace versus ace. Manoah pitched great. His slider looked great. It's tough because he had bad 4 starts to start the year. And of course he finds it against us. Cole looked great. Like that was the game we were all looking forward to. We got to talk about that. And it was fun. Whatever. We didn't get any beef after the Vlad thing. And we ended up taking that game. Neither heavyweight pitcher got the decision, which kind of fitting with how good they both pitched.
Yeah.
And then yesterday's game was bad. And our only run came in the 9th, Rizzo home run.
I think a lot of my frustration is pent up from that, because I remember telling you guys this too. Like the last thing I wanted was to lose the first series to them. Like I hate them so much. Like and you know that they're gonna be annoying. And as much as like, and first of all, I used to love Vlad. Now I can't stand the guy. I don't know what his problem with the Yankees is. He finds any way to call us out, and it's just so annoying. But he backs it up every time. The guy has. I think they showed on the S Network that like the career slugging percentages at Yankee Stadium. It's like Judge 1, and then it's Vlad, and then it's like Yankee legends, and it's like, dude, like the guy just owns us, and I hate it. And I hate them, and to lose to them is so frustrating at home, and they bother me so much. And no, I'm glad we at least got that one, but like
I mean,
to
I'm
not look competitive at the
How-
plate against them in actually all three games was just so infuriating.
Yeah, how obvious was the first hitting a home run Vlad off Herman in the first game? Like that's so obviously going to happen, right?
Oh, I couldn't watch it because it was on Apple TV.
Oh, Apple TV. Yeah,
So,
was I the only one that was watching that game? Was able to watch that game?
I think so.
Yeah, I didn't catch that one
Those
either.
announcers suck.
Uh,
They're talking about soccer in the middle of the game. Like, what are we doing, dude? Oh my god, it was horrible.
I'm paying $25 a month for MLB TV. They're bankrupting me, and I can't even watch the Apple TV game. It's such a joke.
And we got to play. I watch an Apple TV, and we're talking about how good NYCFC is going to be this year. I don't freaking know. Like, dude, what are we doing? Come on.
I think it's so funny that baseball is always talking about growing the game, and it feels like putting games on Apple TV is making it take a step back. It's
Ugh.
I literally wrote an entire 12-page research paper on this last semester. That was like the project you like about anything, and that's what I chose because it was.
I don't know.
And
I don't
then
know.
and then they're calling. They're like it's a picture of Aaron Boone, and they're like Aaron Judge. They're like Aaron Judge, the first manager to make the playoffs in his first 5 seasons, or some bullshit like that. And like, all right, dude, yeah, that's Aaron Judge.
Did you guys see Gabe's tweet of him talking about he said something along the lines of like normally I give the Apple TV booth like a bad rap, but like they did a really good job with their analysis here, and I'm reading that, and then I click on the video, and as I click on the video they're just talking with no audio over it because like their audio cut out.
Yeah.
So I thought that was absolutely hilarious. It's just like they're just
Yeah, I
they're
hate
just
that
so
shit.
bad. They're so
I hate
bad.
that shit.
But yeah, I mean, an April series against the Blue Jays doesn't impress me too much. There's gonna be plenty of ball against them for the rest of the year.
We go to
Shocked that
Toronto
didn't-
mid-May
shocked that
next.
I'm shocked that we didn't even get a like a benches clearing thing against them because like I think Garrett Cole went up and in on like someone.
Sergio Espinal hurt him.
Yeah, he
He's
hit
hurt. Like,
Espinal.
tough to see- like,
So
hate
I'm
to see
shocked we
that,
didn't
but-
get like benches to clear at the minimum, and we all thought we were gonna get that. So, but still,
Yeah.
like tensions are already building, so you could see that.
I mean, and
But-
Cole obviously didn't do that on purpose. It was an 0-2 pitch, runner on second. But anytime you go up and in on a guy, it's scary. And Espinal ended up being hurt, so that's tough. So I thought, especially after the Vlad hit by pitch the night before, then the Cole hit by pitch, neither were on purpose. But still, whether it's purpose or not, sometimes you'll still see a team take a shot back and get back at it. But they didn't. I mean, I guess credit to the Blue Jays, they showed it on the field and beat us 2 out of 3 games. So I mean, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I definitely thought there was going to be a little more confrontation.
For sure. And moving on to the Minnesota Twins tonight to start off our 7-game road trip. Going up
I like
against
playing
an
on the
old
road.
going up against an old friend in Sonny Gray. Old fan fave Sonny Gray. That's gonna be a fun
And
game.
fave.
Should be a fun game.
How about and of course this pitching matchup doesn't favor us at all, but can we win the first game of a series maybe? Like and set
Yeah,
the
for
tone
real,
for a
instead of
series?
climbing
They never
back.
do. They never do.
What were they? They were 10-0 or 11-0. They were 11-0 in series deciding games until they lost on Sunday. So back against the wall, this team has been showing up. But let's
Yeah, but it's
let's
just
get
like-
out ahead first for a change.
Yeah, like wake up. Like I don't want them to wait till that game's like wake up. Just go out there. That's all I have to say. Wake up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll lose a game when they're facing elimination. Like, oh shit, wait, we don't want to lose the series. Now let's go. Like, nah, come on. Go into Minnesota, punch them in the goddamn mouth, show Sonny Gray, F you for being bad with us, even though
Yeah, like they lose their first series of the year. Like let's see how they respond. Like I'm actually really
Yeah.
interested. This is going to be a big sign. Like do they go out
It's
there
a
and
good pitcher too. Good pitcher.
Yeah, and do they go out there and do they lose 2-1 tonight or do they go out there and win?
okay, the one thing I know this isn't Boone. Can we please get Torres out of the 4 spot? Like, and I know you're saying like, oh, where else do you want him to hit? But there's a lot they could do. Like, move Rizzo to clean up. Maybe Torres at 3. I think Torres at 3, career wise, is a lot better than Torres at 4. But I can't stand seeing Torres hitting clean off. Clean up. I can't stand it, and I can't do it anymore. Put DJ 4, Torres 5, whatever, but I really can't see it anymore. Please do
Is
something.
the lineup out yet?
Yeah,
It is,
the
right?
lineup's out. They got it's Volpe, Judge, Rizzo, Torres, LeMahieu, and then we got the stacked bottom of the order of Cordero, Cabrera, Trevino, Hicks.
I mean, that is so bad, dude. That might be the worst. We always complain about the bottom of the lineup, but I actually think that might be the worst one of the year. Read that off again.
Cordero,
Slower.
Cabrera, Trevino, Hicks.
I mean, dude, what is like the? I wish I could get the
Well, what
combined.
about when DJ's off? Calhoun's batting 5th. Then you got like Cordero batting. It's like Calhoun, Cordero, Higgy, whatever it is. IKF, man.
A lot of questionable stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
Yeah, but I can't stand seeing Torres bat 4. I can't do it anymore. I can't.
The Twins are favored tonight, by the way. Which is interesting.
Let's throw some Yankee money line. Come on.
I feel like
No.
the Yankees are never against the odds on the books, but they are tonight.
They were underdogs yesterday too, and I know I've been telling you guys like I like them when it's under like minus 130 because they usually are favored. And even yesterday, when I'm staring down the Yankees plus 115 with Clark on the mound, I couldn't do it.
You know what? People are going to be listening to this after this game already happened, I assume.
Yeah.
So for everybody, look back at this game. I'm going to throw a little bit on Yankees money line tonight, plus 130. All right.
Interesting.
So we'll see how that turns out when you're listening to this. Either say let's go or be sad for me.
Little 10 to win 13 action.
Probably a little 15 or 20 action. My Yankees are winning tonight. My Yankees and my Rangers. I might parlay them both.
Good luck with that. Anyways, before we wrap up this episode, we got Brito on the mountain tonight. Then tomorrow we got Nasty Nestor, and then after that we've got Domingo Herman to wrap things up against the Twins. Do you guys have a little key to the series before we sign off here? I have a key to the series that I want to go over.
Go.
My key to the
4
series,
runs, bruh.
Yeah, exactly, true. But my key to the series is just to be very simple. Just get Aaron Judge back on track a little bit. His average is down to 244 now. He will get back on track eventually, but I would like to see it happen tonight. So, we'll see what happens.
Trip.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Then we're going to Texas this weekend, where he hit his 62nd little.
Texas is very good this year. Very
like
good.
you guys said, like Danny, I think you said, or no, maybe it was you, Brian, about Hicks like getting on the road. Obviously Hicks won't be doing anything, but it could be a little mind refresher for some of these guys. Like clear minds, go out on the road. Like they always say road trips are what bonds a team closest together. So, just do your thing, beat the Yankees, score some runs, own the Twins like you have historically. Let's go Yankees.
Hicks is hitting a home run this series in Minnesota. Hicks is going deep.
I didn't know we were doing bold predictions.
Yeah, Hicks is going deep. I know. In last year, he had a good game at Minnesota. I remember. I don't remember exactly what he did, but he had a good game in Minnesota.
Key to the series.
I would just like kind of. It's the same thing I said before. Like answer. I want to see the answer, and I mean plus 130. Like no, they're not really supposed to win this game, but fucking go out and win the first game. Like make a statement. They haven't done it.
You say they're not supposed to win this game based on Vegas, Ben. I was like, fuck that. Yes, they are. You're the fucking New York Yankees. You just lost your first series. Go win the fucking goddamn game.
When are you going to understand that Vegas knows all, dude? Vegas knows everything that you could.
Go win the goddamn game.
Vegas knows more than you even know about.
Got the best pitcher on the team on the bump in Johnny Brito.
Coming into the first round of the playoffs, Vegas had Cleveland in 6, I think it was. So we'll see.
I forgot to shout this out last week, but Brito, his good start against Baltimore, he cost me $200, or me and my cousins $150. We needed him 4 strikeouts, and you tell me Brito's going 6 innings of really good baseball. He's got 4 strikeouts, right? He had 2, and that was the last.
He doesn't strike out very many guys. He's got those 2 pitches, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but like you go 6 innings with Johnny Brito, or whatever.
Don't forget, Brito's big blow-up game is against the Twins. So this is a big game for him. This is a big game for him to see how he retaliates. So we'll see.
I mean, he was fine in his Angels start. He was fine.
I didn't even think about that though. No, but like these guys have seen him and crushed him.
Yeah, like crushed him. Like you say crushed, I say crushed. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, so this is big. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so they know him very well and they know how to hit him. So
make a statement, win the
game.
Want to be in the big leagues, man? Bounce back, make the adjustment. Let's go.
The Yankees have not been punching first. They've been getting punched and getting back up. Let's throw the first punch.
First inning run for us off
Please.
a really good pitcher, off the second best pitcher in the league thus far after Garrett Cole.
It's been a good couple of days in sports for me. Let's hope the Yankees can keep that going. So before we sign off, as always, do you guys have anything else that you want to cover before we head out?
Happy birthday, Lewis. He listens. Happy birthday, my
Oh,
friend.
Lewis
birthday, Chase's
Lewis and
mom
Maria
again.
share the same birthday.
Yeah, yeah.
That's big. It's big. Happy birthday, Lewis.
Let's go Yanks. Let's go out, win the series. All right,
Go out and win the series. Yes, sir. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Spread in the News. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at official STN Pod, and subscribe to our YouTube channel called Spread in the News. Share the podcast with a friend. How about that? If you're listening, share it to a friend. How about that? Let's get this viewership up. Let's get this engagement up. We're working hard. We're doing our thing. Danny's been active on the Twitter. I've been active on the TikTok. We've been doing our thing. So do your thing. Do your part. Help us get out there.
Look, I've been having a lot of fun tweeting from our official STN Pod account. Give me some replies, all right? Come talk to me on Twitter. Come talk to me.
We're talking to you, Steve Crizzo.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening. And we'll see you hopefully next week on a brighter note, coming on an episode the following Monday. I don't know when this episode will be out. Hopefully tomorrow morning, the latest. So, on that note, this has been Chase,
Brian.
Danny.
and we will see you guys next week.
Go Yanks.
Let's go Yanks.